Hey everyone, Mherex here, bringing you another video. This is going to be the daily news at 2. Just going to start off, we'll do my daily bag claim here. I'm on the Redo account, the free-to-play, so there's that. At the end of the video, if you want to stick around, I have key pulls for the free-to-play. It's the first set of key pulls this month, so I usually get a bunch of new superstars when I do that. So if you want to see that, I'll do that at the end. Other than that, I want to start off by something positive today. So if you guys have been following the free to play, you know at lower leagues you haven't been able to ever max your tour perks. But here we are, I'm about a third of the half the way through my MLC at League 13, and lo and behold, they actually changed it so you can get max tour perks on lower accounts. So this is a huge positive, big win. Um, I've always, since I've known this is a thing, have said the people that need it the most are the people not getting it at all. So really happy about this. Gonna have it all month long after like starting week 2. So that's really cool. So I wanted to start with that. That's a big positive. Props to Scopely for getting that fixed. And then I'm curious what leagues you guys are in. If you guys have your tour perks maxed yet, and that kind of stuff, let me know in the comment your league and if you have them maxed. I'm in League 13. So I did want to start with that. Follow up on yesterday's Stip tour. I got messaged about a couple other things with Stip tour. I would definitely say they're issues. And apparently this has been going on for a little bit in special Stips. Don't know if Scopely knows it or not. I'm assuming they do because this person mentioned that they had tried to get it looked into. So anyway, that being said, there's a problem with the enforcers. And the problem has to do with the scoring method, right? It rounds it up. So essentially, everyone is getting the same scoring, and this is good and bad, because as you know, one of my rants was the fact that all of these is pay to win, the higher ones for factions. You're basically, how it works is because the point system is so low for the rules at 2 points, it's almost the same at lower talents, right? It's not because it affects it, right? 2 points is almost nothing. So when you look at what Enforcer does, 100% would be 4 points, and anything over 50% here would be like 3 points. And then you also have the 5%, and it's rounding it up. So anything 50 and over is the same. So it's bad also because some people might have talent these up thinking it makes a difference. I didn't check that myself personally, to be honest, but this person is extremely reliable. They didn't want to be mentioned, so I'm not. So that's bad, right? And apparently it was like that on the last one too. Again, I haven't personally confirmed it, but that's definitely bad. And one other thing I didn't know yesterday is, and this makes it even more pay to win, is I knew you could rebuy in with cash, but the score is cumulative, meaning if you do all of your rebuys, you're going to have more points, right? Because they're adding up each time you do it. Normally, a lot of times it takes your best score. This one is cumulative. So also another downside. And honestly, if there's going to be cumulative scoring, it needs to say it. People shouldn't have to like spend currency to find out if it's cumulative or not, and then other people not know. So again, more issues with the special Stip tours again today. So I just wanted to kind of follow up and cover that. There's still 4 hours left. So those of you, if you want to rebuy, you can. I think this contest method is really crappy, so I don't I don't really condone it, right? Like and I don't like it, so whatever. I chose not to rebuy on my main account Mherex, even though I easily have the cash to do so. I don't like it. So I'm voting with not playing it. Other than just doing the one run for my faction. Yeah, I really don't like how they're doing it, so there's that. Showdown contest is live. It's a faction event other than getting your tokens and all that stuff. The faction portion is do damage with these, like Japan, Ireland, and then Alistair Black, right? So Alistair Black probably be the hard one for a lot of factions. The other ones, and maybe Ireland a little bit, but just tag Becky in if you have her and get her. Japan's super easy with Muda. Let's be real. If you got a Muda, you can clean up with the Japan tasks. So there's that. Um, so that's new today, and then I think contest-wise, that's it for new today. And there's no, I don't believe there's any new tours today. There is some expiring ones though, which we will certainly take a look at the expiring ones real quick here. Getting really close to Braun Breaker at 131k. Can't wait. Kind of jonesing for that. So the expiring tours, let's go to there. Obviously, daily speed tour, you have to do that. The Alistair Black one's expiring, so make sure you get that one done. Rusev, you still have 5 days. Victory tours are what they are. This is all month, so there's no rush on the May Madness ones. Unleash the Heat, Muscle in the Bank. And then the Beach Brawl, no new tours today. It's all the ones we've had, but you'll want to be working through those so you don't have a bunch at the end of the week, right? Showdown, I need to do mine. Doesn't matter who you use other than trying to get points for your faction, which you should do, right? So definitely do that. Alistair Black has gem damage, unfortunately, not move damage, again, but he does have 10 MP. Honestly, you can still use the triple green and then just look for an Aussie, and you can do pretty well on the reversal against Aussie because he's putting out traps every turn. And you can do a decent amount of damage that way. Otherwise, with gem damage, you have to go the multiply set, or you can try and do the bleed. So none of those particularly ideal. Leaderboard, let's just double check and make sure it's like it normally is. So when I crap on buying energy for this, make sure I'm not making an idiot out of myself. So ranking rewards, yeah. Just buy them again. Just freaking, even if you get first place, 10,000 of these, I mean, like 20 bucks, I think gets you 25,000, right? So this is the dumbest single thing I can think of maybe to spend your money on is energy for this showdown. It makes no sense in any way, shape, or form or any world. Like, save your money, buy it on something else. Like, just, but whatever, you guys do you. So yeah, that's that. And oh yeah, update on Feud. 20-hour Feud, female, minimum 3. Starts Saturday, August 26th, 4 p.m. and Sunday, August 17th, 12 p.m. This is taken from the official Discord. So, the steel cage buffs are 50% blue gem, 50% yellow gem, 50% multiply. Those are the same as in game, so we don't really care about that. What isn't in game is CSS. Julia, Beautiful Madness, that's going to be your top row. EO Sky, Genius of the Sky, middle row as well. So this is all, I mean, I'm assuming this is going to be Julia. I can't see how it won't be. Jacqueline, Miss Jacqueline, that's the technician. Rhea Ripley, Mommy's on top. I mean, for the love of Pete, like, Nikki Cross, Abby the Witch, the CSS are insane. The only one people you might have like is Becky Lynch and then maybe Lyra, right? All of these are like super rare and newish super rare. So it's a really rough CSS requirement. Just plan on not having hardly any. Oh, and here it says lineup requirements. Top card is Julia, so yeah, that'll be Julia. EO, and then any raw on the bottom. So you also have the hype thing, which I talked about being required on this being stupid. I still think that's stupid. It needs to go away. And then the perks, if you do talent up for the perks, 100% blue, 100% pyro, 25% less gem damage. Again, these are nothing to FOMO over for talent up. Don't think you need to do talent up for those. So that's kind of the Feud update for the week long. Let's see, what else do I have? I think we might be into offer review and then loot review, which is kind of interesting. There's a different type of loot today. So let's look at the offers. Backstage pass we talk about, I still think that's good value. So this is there's these pulls. It's $3 for one, 20 bucks for 7, or $100 for 40. You're not getting anything guaranteed with these. They're not, as far as, let me double check, they're not feeding any event. Unless they added them to this. They did not. So they're not feeding any event, faction, or solo. So it's strictly you're just pulling for what you can potentially get, which you guys know I'm not a fan of. This was around before, although none of that's new. Here's the energy. like $20 gets you 30 energy, but why when you only get 10,000 uh points for first place, or 10,000 of these for first place? You can spend $20 and get 25,000, and you're not going to get first, right? So like, why are people buying energy for this? Like, I don't get it. This is there's nothing, there's no bracket, nothing worth playing for. Just buy that. So yeah, I hate the energy. I don't care if it comes with pulls. These are just like stupid, like dumb, dumb, in my opinion. Don't buy them. Yeah, why? All right. Um, that's it. Nothing new. Hype coins. I'm not gonna promote that. I don't think that's a really good idea. And it's better stuff you can spend your money on, in my opinion. So yeah, that's it for offers. It's really just the specific ones for the two new loots today, which are weird. I don't. Almost looks like an equal odd type of thing, but not exactly. So if you notice, uh, a 20 pull is a guaranteed of 20 featured. A 7 pull is a guarantee of 7 mega rare or higher. So you can basically guarantee one of two cards or shards by doing those. So your featured would be Penta and Ray. But notice the shard count. 3 to 100. I would be willing to bet this is so heavily loaded at 3, 5, and 10 that is mostly what you're going to get. Because if you spend $100, you're going to get 40 pulls, right? There is no way those are going to be weighted hard to the cards on these ones, right? They're heavily towards that. Like, very, very, very unlikely for that to be the case. And also, you figure $100 gets you 40 sets of these, it's not going to be weighted high to the 100 either, or people would be recruiting them left and right when they just had an event, right? You have to think about this like from a business standpoint. What makes a lot more sense in this scenario is 3, 5s, and 10s. You know, maybe a 25 here and there if you get super lucky, 100. But I would imagine 20 pulls would probably get you some form. I would bet, I'd be surprised if you average more than 20 shards like per pull. So like 400-ish shards. So maybe 800 shards potentially, but that seems like a really high number. But then it's also split between the two. So again, that's if you average 20, which I think I'm being generous. I don't think you will. I think you're going to probably average more like actually 10 now that I think about it. 10 would make more sense, and that would be 400 total shards average. That makes kind of more sense. 200 split between the two. I don't know though, right? I don't know. That's the thing. We've never had a loot like this. This isn't one I would pull on. If I wanted to get Ray, I would have spent during his contest, right? Up to a certain point. I didn't spend it all. But up to a certain point, when on a debut, there's the best value for shards, right? Typically that you're going to get. And then after that, they just charge you out the nose. And so Ray, you're very unlikely probably to be close enough where you're considering $100 out of a contest, right? That's the other thing, guys. This is out of a contest, so there's not literally nothing but shards you can get. So the mega rare, same thing, right? Better shard counts, 10 to 150 because it's mega rare, but it's just KO and Trish, and then your commons are Sammy and Sammy. And again, better shard counts. So I don't know, guys. I don't really know how to rate these. I personally wouldn't, because I think it's going to be low shard counts, and I think that you'd be better off, again, saving your money for one big spend like I talk about, instead of just getting nickel and dimed. And then as far as the $100 quantity, I just don't see that working out well. This one's EO and Muda, same deal. Swoggle and Lyra. Maybe if you're like really close to like Lyra or Swoggle, I could see a lot of people being close to Swoggle. If you're like maybe like 50 shards away, you try a 7 pull with guaranteed of these. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. So $20 a shot at Swoggle, maybe that. But I don't. Otherwise, I don't really like them. I don't really know. But same thing on this one, right? You just don't know what you're gonna get. And I always say, if you're gonna spend, try and get something guaranteed out of it, right? I'm gonna go ahead and do this poll since it helps the faction event. that's going on, and maybe I'll get something new. I haven't done talent up yet, not getting anything new. That's kind of funny that I got Carmelo shards. Haven't done my talent up yet, so I want to do the key pull as well. So if you want to see the key pull here, stick around. Otherwise, we'll call that for the daily news. That loot is potentially interesting. I just don't like it because you don't really know what you're gonna get, and there's nothing guaranteed. So that's typically not something I like. But maybe it's a decent loot. I don't know. I just feel like the shard count is gonna be pretty low based on the pricing. But I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments. Like legit, if you do a mega, you know, if you do 20, let us know what you get, and don't just let us know if you get good things, right? Let us know if you get bad things too, because I'm legitimately curious for next time potentially. Anyway, let's do the key pull, see what happens. Let's see if I get anything new. My roster's getting bigger, but I would certainly take like 4 or 5 new ones. Something like that would be great. So let's see if we can get it kicked off in a good way. Shards are definitely will be good. We need hurricane shards, like they're going out of style. So any and all hurricane shards will be, that's like maybe the best thing we can get out of here, or likely to get out of here, and it's not necessarily a guarantee we'll get them. Most of the golds I will have all of, so we're looking for more than 3 stars. All the 3-star stuff, I think I will probably have all of them, unless there's one weighted super light, because we're just that far into it now. So we don't really want to see gold stars at all. Although they're all shards, and that all helps, so. I would love to get McDonough. I see he's in there in the 4-star range, so JD McDonough would be awesome. I can't remember if I've got Wildcat Jersey Liv yet or not, but she would be great too if this account hasn't snagged it. Sorry, I had to take a drink. I don't know if you could hear that or not. Hopefully not. Also, there should be a midweek event starting tomorrow. There's nothing listed, but there usually always is, and we haven't had any armory event yet this week, so I would imagine there's an armory event tomorrow that has armory coins in it and whatnot and what have you and so forth. Oh, here we go. This is potentially something good. Shelton shards. Already got him. You know, does anyone even want to see these individual? I did them individual at the start because the free-to-play would get so many, right? I just, if this bothered you that I'm about to do this, let me know in the comments. But I was super curious. I just don't like sitting through them, so super curious if that annoys anyone. Looks like not really good at all, and no hurricane shards, so looks like we pooped the bed. For lack of a better term. So yeah, I don't think that's even anyone new. Let's find out. I had everyone recruited on my roster. Oh, it is Tough Seth. All right. Mherex spent $100 to get him at one point. It's probably the worst $100 I ever spent on the game, and I didn't end up using him. Long story, but that was really dumb. So yeah. Anyway. That's what I got for the news today. Let me know what you think in the comments. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like, subscribe, and share because that really helps me out. Other than that, thanks for watching. Good luck out there. Yeah, those key pulls were kind of dookie, but that's okay. They did what they needed to on the account. They got me the MP trainer, so it's all just shards now, right? So I'm really hoping for like hurricane shards as well, which I didn't get. Big sad.